But these pieces, I mean, come on. These are so small. In today's video, I've got an exciting review of a puzzle store. Probably one, not a very positive review, but an interesting one nonetheless. So how it started is my grandma's really interested in doing puzzles, and she's been looking online and she's found all these styles that she really likes. However, they're from an American company and it's in US dollars, and the shipping on them is quite expensive. The quality is really good. She has received one or two, but just the cost of them is just not really worth it in my opinion. So I was trying to look for alternatives, and so naturally I stumbled along Temu, and I thought, you know what, let's try it, let's see. I saw some reviews that people had got some Temu puzzles and they were actually really good, so I thought let's give this a try. So I ended up buying 4 puzzles off Temu. Now 2 of them arrived, and yeah, my expectations weren't very high, but it came in a box like this, which was concerning in itself. You open the box and you got a bag of puzzle pieces, and the picture that came with it was just an A5 printed piece of very, very blurry, bad quality. Also, it came with a kind of puzzle map as to how to do the puzzle, with all these little numbers and shapes. So I opened the bag, and the pieces, as you can expect, were pretty trash. So it's just printed on kind of cardboard, very flimsy quality. The image on the front is very blurry. On the back you've got the kind of piece number, and the shapes are either this shape or this shape. There's no other random cuts, it's just an alternative of these 2 shapes. So yeah, I mean, I think I paid 7 New Zealand dollars for it, so not massively shocking, but still a little bit disappointed. So 2 out of the 4 puzzles were these. Yeah, the 3rd puzzle, my grandma already has it. She is almost finished it at the moment, and she says it's not too bad. It's been quite enjoyable. It's quite a hard picture. I'll pop a picture up here for you to see, but that one was really good. So I'm happy with that. Again, probably paid around $5, $6, $7 for it. Now the 4th one, I was a little bit worried when I got it. So the first, it came in a box, which is a good sign. However, the box is quite small, and I was like, how does 1,000 pieces fit into a box this small? I was like, possibly could fit. Then I opened it. All 1,000 pieces fit. But they are tiny pieces. Tiny, tiny, tiny pieces. Let me get you. Look at the size of that. That is the size of these pieces. So I have 1,000 of these little tiny things in this bag for this puzzle. Now, the image is quite cool. This is the style my grandma really likes, the books and the flowers. It's very blurry on the puzzle pieces themselves, but you can tell there's a few different colours in there, the book spines, etc. Also in the box came an actual poster of the picture, which is much better than the other one. So that poster looks quite nice. Yeah, the quality is not too bad. But these pieces, I mean, come on. I showed my grandma and I said, look, these are for you. And she just laughed. She was like, she can't see normal pieces, she says, but let alone tiny pieces. However, I thought this is a challenge, and I'm not one to stay away from challenges. So in this video, I'm going to try my hand at completing probably one of the world's smallest 1,000-piece puzzles from a brand, non-existent brand in Temu. So the quality is not the greatest. Now on the back it does have letters, so you can section, but my goal is going to be to try and complete the puzzle without looking on the back, but we'll see how we go. So stay tuned and let's see how long it takes me to complete what I think is probably the world's smallest puzzle from Temu. Alrighty, so it's time to start the world's smallest puzzle. I'm in my puzzle space, got Echo in the background keeping me company. There's nothing left to do but to give it a go. So let's get started. Good news, the box does actually still fit on my little puzzle stand. Not sure where I'm going to put the poster. Depending on how long it takes, I might have to put that up there. We'll just put it down there for now. I normally sort the pieces while they're still in the box, but I'm not sure how well that's going to go with these tiny pieces. Alright, there's a chunk that's already complete. They're stuck in pretty good. These are so small. Oh. The quality, like I thought, is not very good. It passed the quality inspection. There's a few other pieces. Alright, so there's quite a few pieces that are still stuck together. So comment below if you're someone that likes to keep them together and thinks it is a bonus, or if you're someone like me and has to kind of take them apart before you start to know that you've kind of done it from scratch. So yeah, comment below which way you prefer to do it, and I'll keep unpicking these. Okay, so I think how I'm going to tackle this to start is I'm going to try and find all the edge pieces, pull those out, and see how I go with putting the edge together. I think that's probably the best way to start, so I get an idea of how big the puzzle's actually going to be, and then whether or not I have enough space to kind of put all the pieces face up surrounding it, which I think will make my life a lot easier than having to look and dig into the little box. So bear with me while I get going.
Think I've been here before. I know that I must have met you in a past life. Got my heart on the floor. Go slow. Keep me falling for you all night. Tell me now, you're the one I've been dreaming about for my whole life. Had you on my mind. Oh, hear the sound of your voice in a crowd, calling my name. Yeah, you captivate. Oh.
Okay, as you can see, I've got the border finished. It took me about 45 minutes just to do the border. Now, as you can see, it's kind of really tiny. I've got a piece of A4 paper to kind of give you an idea of the size. The piece of paper fits quite comfortably within the border with a little bit of an edge or gap between the edges. So it kind of is somewhere in between A4 and A3 size. So completing the border was actually really quite difficult. There's not a lot of color differentiation in the image, especially on the border. We've got kind of a wooden shelf at the bottom that's kind of slightly different colored, and it's got some kind of wood grain through it. So I think after careful looking, I think I've got this correct. The edges are spines of books, and they're slightly different kind of burgundy colours. So and they've also got flowers kind of going through them. So I'm confident again that that is done correctly. Now the top, you can't really see, but the top is just black, or like this dark blacky blue colour. And I have no idea if this is accurate or not. There are so many false fits, and sometimes they fit in quite tight, sometimes they fit quite loose. So I'm about 100% sure this is not 100% correct, but I'm refraining from looking on the back, and we're going to just see how we go. I'm hoping that once we kind of get to filling in with the flowers, there'll be enough, I guess, imagery to kind of make sure that we get it right. But bear with me, because that could be where we get stuck, or one of the areas we get stuck. So the piece shape is not very exciting, especially around the edges. It's just out and in, those standard kind of piece cuts, which again makes it really hard because there's not very much differentiation. Also, looking at the pieces, there's no differentiation. So we've got the ins and the outs, or the two standard piece cuts. Can't really see that, but you've got the ins and the out pieces. So really that's going to add some difficulty to completing the puzzle as well. Yeah, like I said, it took me about 45 minutes to do just the edges, and a lot of that was spent just trying different areas, especially when I got to this black bit. There was nothing else I could do but just trial and error until I got them all done. So yeah, for now that is complete. It is slightly smaller than I was expecting. I don't really know what size I was expecting, but this is tiny. This is really small. It's smaller than a 500 piece, standard 500 piece shape. Yeah, my eyes are really sore from staring at quite little pieces. So yeah, so far it is definitely ticking the box of being challenging. So I'm going to call it quits there. I think I've done enough for today. I'm going to keep track of how long this takes me in total, but just the border, 45 minutes. If I was to guesstimate how long the overall puzzle is going to take, it's quite a tough picture. There are some colours. I'm going to go bang smack around 10 hours. I reckon this puzzle overall is going to take me... No, that seems a bit much. I'm going to say 8 hours and 45 minutes. So 45 minutes for the edge and maybe 8 hours for the inside. Let's see how close or how far off I am with that. But for now, I'm going to pause it there and we'll get back to puzzling later. Okay, so it's day 2. I've got fresh eyes and I'm ready to tackle the world's smallest puzzle. So as you can see, I've got a little bit of white kind of card underneath the puzzle. It's quite dark and the table's quite dark, so I was kind of thinking, hoping that having the white background might help make this a little bit easier. So I've got a few hours ahead of me now, and my game plan is to kind of see how I go. I'm thinking about, if we kind of look at the image again, there's a few bright spots, like there's quite a few bits of red in the book and the flowers. So I might pull out kind of all the bright colours that catch my attention and start with that, and then just see how we get on. So wish me luck.
One step forward and another back. I would never try to fool ya. I'm one heartbeat away from going mad. Girl, when you're looking like that, closer, closer, I'ma get closer to you. Yeah, got me, baby, got me hooked on you once again. Girl, I need you. How many times do I wanna yell? 'Cause we could be so complete. Baby, I'll let the one anyone knew. I was on the bed. another chance. Loving you is all I wanted. I'm wide open for a love affair. Girl, when you're looking like that. Closer, closer, I'ma get closer to you. Yeah, got me, baby, got me hooked on you once again. Damn, girl, I need you.
Okay, so it's day 3 of my Temu world's tiniest 1,000 piece puzzle. And as you can see, I've got quite a lot done. So yesterday I ended up spending about just over 5 hours working on the puzzle. That was broken up into like a big chunk in the morning and then again in the evening. And it's looking really good. It's surprisingly a little bit easier than I expected. I think as I've kind of gotten used to the image, the pieces, the size, I kind of found I got into a bit of a groove yesterday and actually managed to get quite a bit done. I was surprised with the quite different colours. So with all the books and stuff and the flowers, you can kind of differentiate where the pieces go, which makes it a little bit easier. I am still really, really struggling with false fits. I think with the books, there's enough pattern that I can kind of, if I look carefully, I can kind of notice when pieces are out of place and fix them. But yeah, there's kind of a lot of, oh, that goes there, and then later, no, that doesn't go there. But I guess without that, it's not really a challenge. So yes, I'm positive and I'm confident that I will finish this today. I'm currently just over 6 hours in total. And I'm hoping, though it doesn't look like there's much left, it is quite difficult. Yeah, it is quite difficult to differentiate where it goes. So I think there's going to be a lot of trial and error. I'm hoping to finish, I think it'll be close, but yeah, I am hoping to still finish under that 8 hours, 45 minutes. So yeah, let's get going.
There's a party downtown, someone said that you're coming by. Let me know when you're here, meet me up for a smoke outside. I regret what I said, didn't mean it. Yeah, believe me, I guess I'll take it back. There's a party downtown, someone said that you're coming by.
Alrighty, I've officially finished the tiny puzzle. As you can sort of see here, it's actually a really pretty image. It looks really cool. Okay, pick up challenge with the tiny Temu puzzle. Are we ready? Ooh. Success minus 2 little pieces. Okay. So I'm finished. Tiny puzzle complete. Overall, it took me 7 hours and 10 minutes, so quite a bit quicker than my 8 hours 45 minute guess or estimate. The last bit came together a lot quicker than I thought it was, actually. I thought that last little chunk up here was going to take me quite a long time. Ended up, there wasn't actually that many dark, plain black pieces, so that came together quite nicely. Yeah, overall, I'm actually quite impressed with how well that kind of came together. I thought it was going to be a little bit harder. Yeah, it wasn't, I won't say it was an easy puzzle. It was definitely not one of the easiest puzzles I've done, but it wasn't as hard as I expected it to be. I did think it would take me a little bit longer. I did think it would be a bit harder. Now, don't get me wrong, there were parts of it that were quite challenging. I found the false fits probably the most annoying part, and the border was definitely, after doing the border, I was like, oh my goodness, this is going to be quite tough. But the rest of it actually came together not too bad. Definitely on the slower side for my typical kind of time it takes me to do a 1,000 piece puzzle, but obviously it is a little bit, it was quite small pieces and the shape was not particularly easy. Let me know in the comments below if you have ordered any puzzles from Temu and whether or not they've been good or awful. And if you ordered a puzzle from Temu and it came in this size, would you complete it or would you not?